brothers, that's 20 goons. And ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one.
Okay, Coach, well, it wouldn't be Florida without this. A heavy tropical rainstorm coming down just prior to kickoff here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the New York Giants. It's an Indian summer afternoon, perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Tackle made by Antoine Bethea.
Only one way to describe Ronald Jones' rookie season with Tampa Bay, and that's disappointing. Drafted to be their lead runner, just 23 carries on a team that ranked 29th in the NFL in rushing.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And he will finally be taken down at the Giants' 31-yard line.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
First down. Black 25. Easy. Hey, you don't want to see. Wait, 50 seconds to Mike.
On first and 10, Winston. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Logan. It's another 10 yards on that one, and another first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On second down, it's Jones. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Gay's kick is good. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
We spent so much time talking about the physical side of the game. How about the mental side? They just gave up a field goal, but they didn't get down at all. Big-time return. They're set up to try and at least tie the game up.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
X3, 218, chop. Hey, Echo.
Now Jones. It's caught. Shepard. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Saquon Barkley. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Bravo. Go!
Jones now on 3rd down. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Evan Ingram, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants have taken the lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank.
Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. Remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Throwing Jones. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sack back at about the 43-yard line. Credit the sack to Vita Vea. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some big jelly or something like that.
45, 45, 45, Mike, 45. I smell fear. What? Scream. I smell fear. Hey! Out. Hey, Jet, hit it.
Here's Jones throwing on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. A little bit of space there for the 1st down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
You ain't going nowhere. Easy. Hey, thumbs up the helmet. Here we go. Flip it. Don't step with the mic.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Easy. 7, Mike 57. I'm going to run you over. 57.
Jameis to throw it. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And got his man complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Will Fuller, 83 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. The 21st pick back in the 2016 draft, Will Fuller, and we know that he can take the top off of a defense.
He certainly can, and the way that he does it is just straight, pure speed. And I saw it with one of the better defensive coordinators in the league, and I said, how do you defend that? And he said, at times, you absolutely don't. If the quarterback gets time and he heaves it downfield, Will Fuller's going to outrun any coverage you put out there.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
6-6. Pull it high. Hey, exit.
2nd and 5. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a 1st down. A lot of people thinking that this could be a good year for Sterling Shepard to step out of the shadows of Odell Beckham Jr. But a season ago, pretty good for Sterling Shepard. 66 receptions, 872 yards, and now hoping for a 1,000-yard campaign in 2019. Back to throw. Jones. Room here to run. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go. than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
Here we go. 10 logo. Two.
On 3rd and short to give to the tight end. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
First down, New York.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Barkley. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Hey, check Mike 40. Hey, Charlie. I got you. Say go.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jones. And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Topper! Now!
Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
On the jet sweep, here comes Fuller. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
Ready? Flag! What is that? You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? Green, triple team. You think you gonna get this? 57's the mic. Watch 57. Come on, baby. Even. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to loft one deep left side. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, if there got to be casualties at times, we're trying to win a game.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still ended up with a solid game.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down.
15 line. 15 line. Switch on Travis. 5.
He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally taken down at the 34. A gain there of 30 big ones. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Recon, 132 fighter.
2nd and 9 now. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Evans. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
That's what I do.
They'll run on first down. Logan. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
5 on 50. 5 on 50. Check Mike 47. Check Mike 47. Easy. Hey, I'm coming after you. Hey, 5 on 50. 5 on 50. Quick. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
On 2nd and very short, Winston. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. From the gun, Winston. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. This is fielded at the 27. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Winston, 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Hey, wahoo!
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Red Ellison, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over.
Ready? Black 22. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
At the 41-yard line.
Again, it's Jones. And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
At the 47-yard line.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Winston. Flushed out right. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Fielded just inside the 20. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And some room to run now. 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
You don't want this. Pilot, 64-5.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Pull it high.
They'll run again here with Gallman. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Jones to throw on 3rd down. And he's able to find Diggs. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 18 there, and the Giants have a 1st down. Jones now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. This is Gallman. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Now Gallman. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd down, it's West. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Gallman will run it. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. But you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Check 13.
Here's Gallman. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Ready?
On 2nd and goal, Jones. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Breaking that one up was Justin Evans. Read it perfectly.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
It's now 4th and goal.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The run on 4th and goal from the 4 is stopped short. And the Bucs defense, they'll celebrate the goal line stand. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jones, and he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The drive begins with a handoff to West. Levante David in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease and they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And
Charkandrick West. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Charkandrick West, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Ready? Blue way. I got it. Tight end right. Tight end right. Green, triple C. Long shot. Check Mike.
Winston now. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Fielded at about the 28. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They begin here with a run by West. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Here's West. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a give, right side. West. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
I'm here all day.
Jones now on 1st and 10. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 40, the 20, 10. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Let's go. Ready?
They'll run it with West. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. That's complete left side to Shepard. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Back to throw. Jones. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here's Jones throwing on 4th down. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Tampa Bay, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood